Hello, hello, hello. It is myself. I am me. She is she. I am Delilah the Leo. You can call me Jennifer if you like, though. Today we're going to have a really good conversation about secrets. I recently saw a really great play last night. Um, and of course, I wanted to come in being like, I don't know about this, but it really turned out to be a great story, and it really got me thinking about secrets and the power and the weight that they can hold. So, I want you to join me in this conversation today. Of course, I have my amazing little bro. That's not exactly that little when you see me and him together, but I mean, it's like he's still my
That's
little
right.
bro. Mr. Jojo speaks himself. Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I'm doing well, though it's been raining.
Yeah.
It's been pouring down all day, but
Oh,
I don't
okay.
mind. So being that I have locks, I certainly do believe that nature's water from the heavens, as well as, with the ocean, lakes and rivers and things of that nature that I'm used to. Um, they bless my locks. So I have no problem with my hair getting wet, but the rest of me, I feel away.
Yeah, it's been drizzling here. Very, very cloudy and drizzling when we went to the food truck to get our food today. But I still stood outside. It wasn't that bad. I typically don't want to get my hair wet. I typically don't because my hair holds water so much. But yeah.
The drizzle's not bad though. It's
Yeah,
not like
drizzle's not
soaking
bad.
you. I
Right.
still just a little moist in here, but I don't mind. I don't mind. But of course, we're in two different spaces since you have so much hair, so much hair to the point we can't even see the bottom of your hair right now. It's so much.
That's
It's
true.
so long, all grown by thee. Anywho, let us go ahead and get started.
Let's.
All right. Once again, thank you guys for joining us on today. Of course, when I'm looking away from the camera, I'm, doing stuff for this here program. So, um, of course, bear with me. But of course, I am with you in these moments. May God bless you and yours. All right. And let me know if the music's too loud, because last time people were complaining, like, it's too loud, and no, not too low. I can hear it. So we'll just work together on that. And we do have an amazing guest, Miss Regina. Hello, Miss Regina or Clovis. She says hi, y'all.
Hey Regina, I texted you an Instagram post from someone who fixed Giselle's dress. I encourage you to watch it, Miss Regina.
Yes. And that
He
was
did
by
an
way of
excellent job.
me. I let
Yes,
you know about that one. I feel amazing, and I did that.
yes, Jennifer brought it to my attention, and I appreciate that because he did a makeover on that thing and he fixed it. He literally fixed it.
It was fixed. Thank God for that young man. And if he was around, you know what? We're not going to talk about that.
Right.
We'll leave that for your show, JoJo Speaks, because I believe that's going to be an amazing conversation that we'll have.
Yeah,
And I
that'll
don't
take up
know.
at least 30 to 45 minutes.
Yes, because and what's so crazy about that? It it brought everybody to chorus, all of it. We're gonna keep on going. God bless. I feel the need to pull my foot up. Get comfortable. All
Oh,
right. Whew. All right. Regina says, "Oh, let me look at." Oh, she said, "Oh, let me look at that after after your show." For
okay.
sure. All right. So, Regina so graciously invited myself and Tyrone to see this play, and it was called Decoding Mary, and it had its main character Mary. Um, she has dissociative identity disorder, which some people would call multiple personality disorder.
Mm.
That's, how people would look at it, but that's like the real name for it, dissociative identity. And the dissociative identity name makes it all make so much sense for what's actually happening with the person. Because when I first became aware that people actually had, you know, instances, mental instances where they have multiple personalities within one person. Um, I always thought of it as, somebody, it just happened. That's just how it happened. These people are within them, and that's just how it happened. That's how they were born. That's what happened. But as I've grown to learn more about it and, think about those things, and now I see why they call it dissociative identity, because you're disassociating yourself from your identity to be somebody else, to escape something. Usually it's,
Hmm.
specific major trauma that makes you go to a space where you were just somebody else in a different life, and you disassociate yourself from that trauma.
It's how the body allows you to escape your trauma.
Exactly. And the reason why I named the show The Damaging Effects of Secrets, and it's like I don't want to say everything about hmm, the play, because like, what if you want to watch the play? It was really good. But I just want to say that when it comes, oh, okay, hold on. Regina said something. She says, and thank you and Tyrone for attending. No problem. No problem. We enjoyed ourselves. We haven't been out for a play in a very long time, so that was certainly a great opportunity for us, and we appreciate you thinking of us for that. But when it comes to the trauma that happens to people, unfortunately, when it's happening within your family, a lot of times it's a part of a pathology. This is why I love Iyanla Van Zant so much. And the time where she was on TV, she really taught African America of what a pathology is, because so much of us have a specific pathology going on within our families. These secrets, these things that we keep to ourselves. So there isn't true understanding. So there are parents that act a certain way towards their children
Hmm.
just to find out these things, if not worse, were happening to them from their parents and from their parents. And it's something that is difficult to learn from, because this is all we know.
Hmm.
No matter how horrible the trauma is being passed down, it's what we know. So that's how we know to move.
Right.
And if we, especially as African Americans, not saying that it's only African Americans that don't talk about anything, but there's plenty of families out in this world, no matter the ethnicity, um, that have their secrets, especially within the family. Of course, it's one thing for it to be within friendships and relationships, but in families, some of those things can really degrade and erode relationships. So, and when I talk about that, I'm talking about things like how people truly feel about things, or the things that have happened to us. Like, for me, sometimes I believe if I was a little bit more open about talking about how I felt to more than just some of my friends, shoot, maybe not even, I hardly even talk to them about how I felt. When I say how I felt, I'm talking about how I felt by myself a lot.
Hmm.
Um, if I would have been more open to share those feelings or share some of those experiences that shaped me, that made me feel that way, I could hear more. Okay, I know I'm boring you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just
I'm just playing. Calm down. Anyway, but if I would have shared more, I believe that people around me would have been able to give me more perspective on things or how somebody else could have been thinking because the bulk of the lies that we tell ourselves become our truth. So if I was more open instead of keeping everything to myself, I believe I would have had more of a better outlook of how I look at myself.
Mhm.
Of course, all of it is still a process, but if I was more vocal, I would have had more input and more opportunity to see myself in a better light. Jonathan, do you have thoughts?
Would you say you went through that when you were younger?
Not just when
Or
I was younger.
okay, because I was gonna say, a lot of times we have those issues because we really don't know who we are.
Yeah.
We're really not in touch with our inner selves. I know I struggled for many, 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 many years. I knew somewhat who I was. I just didn't know how I was going to be able to share that with the world.
Yeah.
And what part of me was I going to share with the world? Because really, at one time, when I initially came out to Jennifer, I came out to her as bisexual, and I actually told her that I would still find a
Marry a
woman,
woman.
marry a woman. I literally told Jennifer I was still going to marry a woman, and that's what I wanted to present. I think I was in high school at that time. That's what
Yes.
I wanted to present to the world because I wanted to keep the homosexuality out of the equation, regardless of the fact that I was not attracted to women whatsoever. I felt like that's what I had to do in order to survive in this world. So that's one of the things that we go through as the LGBTQ plus community is concerned, as far as secrets are concerned. And I think that's why coming out is such an important thing for everyone because not only do you come out to the person that you're coming out to, you kind of come out to yourself as well because you're literally saying it out loud. I am this. But secrets often have to do with SA. I don't know if you can really say that on YouTube, but I hear a lot of people say SA, or
Yes.
basically being touched inappropriately. And
Traumatizing
when
things.
that happens a lot, and typically when that happens, it happens at a young age, and a lot of times the perpetrator is telling that person not to tell anyone
Yes.
because you'll get in trouble, and it's just between us two. And when those things stay under wraps for so long and they're not being dealt with, then that can cause a lot of internal issues with someone's personality, with how they interact with others, with how they would interact with the opposite sex or the same sex, no matter what, whom they may be attracted to. But those are the type of secrets that I think are the worst when it comes to the human race because you not I don't want to say you waste a lot of time, but you lose a lot of time in which you can be repairing that person, in which you could be helping that person with their issues. And because a lot of times when you deal with that alone, you feel as though it's your fault. You feel as though they did that because you've done something or that you deserved
So
to be SA'd, and that is not true whatsoever. So I say, that's why we have to be open with those who we are close to. And I understand that, you're not sure what the reaction is going to be when you tell this person that. You have to understand that their love for you, because you have to have that type of relationship with them in order to even consider telling them this information.
yeah.
But you have to understand that their love for you is not going to go anywhere because of what you're going to share with that person, unless you've killed someone that they love or stolen
Yeah.
from them or something like that. But other than that, you really have to trust the love that you have between the two of you in order to be able to share that. And you must be selective with the people that you share those things with, because not everyone can receive what it is that you have to give to them.
And
um
and I want to say that, even if you get to a space where you tell a parent, you tell a family member that's close and they reject what you say because they just can't see it happening.
mhm,
My only thing is that I pray that even after that debilitating blow, I can only pray that you find the strength to not stop talking
right.
because I'm getting all this from that play. There's people that can see what's going on, they may be questioning it, wondering.
Hmm.
Even if they reject it, your words starts wheels moving.
Right.
They start the thought process of considering, well, why would they say that in the first place?
Hmm.
She's just a kid. Why would she say that in the first place? Sounds kind of weird. Um, but finding the space first of all, of course, you have to find it within yourself to say, hey, it's required that I need to say something. I need to release it so that I can have greatness coming from myself, because this is something that's certainly holding me back, or at the very least slowing me down.
Hmm.
And when we hold those things in, and you know what's funny, these secrets are never good ones. I was over here trying to think of, like, is there a good secret that people would hold?
Well, you have to think about the reason why we keep secrets. We keep
Mm,
secrets because we don't want people to know them. And the reason why we don't want them to know is typically for a bad reason. They're typically not good things. I mean, unless you want to
embarrassment.
keep something like a new job, you want to keep it
Yeah,
until, you get to a certain place where you want to announce it to everyone. But
eventually
like,
those things come out, though, for sure.
right, exactly. Eventually those things come out. But when we talk about secrets, typically we want to hold secrets for until the end of time. So,
And it could
you
be
know,
damaging. Take it to the grave.
right, exactly, exactly.
And there's some that I feel can go to the grave now. Things that are damaging to the point where it's like, it's a part of your past life, knowing that you're not that person anymore.
Right, right, right,
Sometimes not everybody needs to know everything because it's not you now.
exactly.
I certainly agree with that.
Right.
But if this secret is affecting who you are today, the reason why you're not able to be touched, the reason why intimacy is a difficult thing for you, the reason why you choose not to have friends, just there's so many issues that you may be having now that's uh, deeply connected to what has happened to you in the past. And if those things aren't worked out, or at the very least talked about, this is it's just not going to be a positive thing. And it's a situation of holding yourself back from what more you could have. Also, if a friend is not enough, I do absolutely suggest a therapist,
Hmm.
because those are the kind of people that can listen to what's going on with you. Not only can they sympathize, but they can give you tools to continue to move on with your life.
And they're also a neutral party who,
Yes.
may not be involved in your particular situation, but they can give you advice, or they can give you access to information that you may not know, and which
Yes.
can help you to deal with this particular issue.
Because that's just the biggest problem. Attempting to go through these things by yourself,
Right.
attempting to go through life by yourself. When you keep those things to yourself, you keep yourself in ignorance no matter what. I don't care how much a studying or research that you do, you will still remain in ignorance because of what you have not been able to express.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's get into these comments because that's so true. Ignorance. Tyrone did popcorn and a smiley face for the thingy. He said he enjoyed the play. Regina says, "Hey Tyrone." Tyrone says, "Hey Regina." Um, Regina also says, "Deep show, very good topic and combo." I appreciate it, Regina. And Tyrone says, "Yes, this is necessary. This is a necessary conversation for the African American community." Tyrone also says, "Take off the bandages to air out the wound. Can help with the healing process." That's
Sure.
also um, that's one of those main analogies that I've always used. Um, if we choose not to air it out. That made me think about do you know where that came from?
The vagina
Vagina
monologues on
monologues.
Mad TV. Miss Barbara Bush. Air it out.
You gotta air it out. And I don't know why we look lightly on airing it out. I think it's because it just seems so simple, such a simple thing to do, as if air can heal, but yeah, it does.
But at sometimes we feel as though those particular secrets will cause something bad to happen or make situations worse. And a lot of us feel like if we just keep this in, then it won't make things worse. Or we'll just keep the regular going. It won't tip my scales as far as me being a Libra. We don't like our scales being tipped so much. So the things won't tip the scale and things won't get out of line if I just keep this in, which I understand, because a lot of times when those SAs occurs, those SAs are being done by close family members or close friends to the family
You
or
know,
someone that you know. So
under
a
a
lot
friend.
of times you can feel that will cause a rift between people. So we understand why you want to keep these secrets. We
Absolutely,
just want to
absolutely.
encourage you not to do so and give you the examples as to why you should not do so.
And here's the thing. When it comes to airing it out, if you want things to get better, better is a process, which is how we have to look at everything. But in this situation with becoming free, a process has its ups and downs immediately. And with every process, things always get worse before they become better. Even with college and even with even with cooking, things don't look good in the beginning. If you
Right.
want to have better, you must see all of it out until the end. So when you say what you have to say, it's not going to be pretty sometimes. Shoot, it might just float on by just like an easy breeze, and people will stand up and say, this is not going to happen any longer. I will validate you and I will make sure that you're good. Yes, some people have those stories, but then some people don't. Some people are instantly rejected for expressing their experience.
Right. Expressing their truths.
And though it's not fair, it's not cool, the fact that you have the strength to say these things is amazing. And
And
putting that out in the air, it starts a process. Yes, Jonathan.
right, and I can understand why some people would be nervous about doing that, because there are some times when an authority figure in that SA situation will tell you not to tell anyone else or to keep that a secret. They're saying that you should not have told anyone. So again, when you're younger, then those things affect you differently. But when you're older, it's good to talk about those things because it can help you along with your process.
Yeah, because once again, though those memories and everything will not go away,
Hmm.
at least with talking about it, getting it out there for your sake, even if the other parties are not with it, it will start a process of reciprocity, a process of healing, a process of airing it out, making sense of things, rather than continuously keeping it shut up in your body and having pains and stresses and headaches and things of that nature because of the trauma that is still living within your body.
Right.
It's a dangerous thing. And though I know that I have not gone through things as bad as some others, but I certainly have experienced my share of lies that I've told to myself that I've made truth and factual to degrade who I am. And unfortunately, it took me past the age of 30. And shoot, a lot of people, it takes that long after marriage and all that stuff to truly find myself.
Hmm.
Even with things that I felt that I wasn't doing well within my marriage, I've laid in the bed just crying to Tyrone because I can't do I ain't doing it right. And I just want to be good to you. And I just can't. And I'm horrible. I'm bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At
Well,
the very least, go ahead.
sometimes we're our worst enemy. A lot of times we can be our complete worst critic. And, that's why it's good to have the Lord on your side because he can be the one to cheer you up and remind you of who you are and remind you of the power that we have within us. But again, at the same token, it's good that we have partners like your husband, Tyrone, who can lift you up as well, and who can let you know that you're not those things that you're putting your use the words that you're using to pull yourself down. You're not any of those things. You're great. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're everything that I need you to be, for me.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And though we may base a lot of our issues that we have with ourselves on past experiences, we just have to always remember we are not our bad experiences.
right,
We are not that. What we are is operating products from what that was. So it doesn't make us, but it
hmm,
certainly shaped who we are and how we think about things. Because somebody that hasn't gone through a traumatic situation versus somebody that has totally different thought processes as it comes to the world and everything going on in it.
right.
But I just want to make sure on our way out of here to encourage you to say something.
Right.
You don't understand right now the freedom that can come from it. Right now, you believe that you're protecting something. You're protecting yourself. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
Amen. When I came out to my mother, I
Mhm.
came out to her at the age of 21 in 2011. Now I knew that she knew that I was gay. I knew that because my mother is an extremely smart woman, and I mean, it's just to me looking from the inside out or the outside in. I believe that I give off gay. That's just what I believe. So when but at the time, I didn't realize what coming out meant. I always thought like, what's the point of coming out? Like, why do you have to tell people that you're, that who you are? But the moment that I told my mother and the moment that she accepted me, the weight that lifted off of my shoulders was so immense. And was reduced to tears, uncontrollable tears. And I'm sure not every secret will have that reaction, but when you hold something back like that, that is so deep, and has so much to do with who you are, then you don't realize what type of weight that holds on you, and that was weighing me down. And you do not want to be
You
weighed
didn't
down.
even know how it was weighing you down,
I
John.
did. I had no idea. I had no idea until I came out. I had no idea because secrets cause a barrier.
Yes.
And when you have a barrier up, then you're not allowing people to have the full you. You're not allowing
Mhm.
people to see who you are, for who you are. So, that's why it's always great to
Absolutely.
be as open as possible with at least the people that you love, if not the world.
And, like we said, it may not be the most positive, reaction like Jonathan received, but for all you may learn something new about the other people in these situations.
Right.
When we have those conversations, we tend to learn about other people's processes and the things that they've been through that brought them to where they are.
Mhm.
And you start to realize that we have a lot of the same issues, a lot of the same problems, and you went through that too. What?
Right.
Have the conversation, anywhere from coming out to essay to just your feelings on how you feel about yourself and what this person did to make you feel a way so that they can give you the full scope of the process, because sometimes when we think about things we don't consider all of the circumstances around it.
Right.
So Those circumstances may be you were you were violated by somebody that was violated.
Hmm.
Maybe you were made fun of by somebody that was constantly made fun of as well. May not have been in school, but they've been made fun in their own home. This is all they know. There's so many different things that could have led up to the space that you're in right now. And your feelings, yes, it did happen to you, but this also involves somebody else. When we start to realize that, the two-way street that has happened against you when you've been transgressed against,
Hmm.
it wasn't just you in the moment, it was this other human being as well.
Right.
Not saying that they were ever right, because of course the violation is there was wrong done. But who knows what led to them doing that to you?
Right.
Not giving any excuses, but doing my best to help you see that there's a possibility that there's some truths that can make things make sense. The only way for you to find out those things is if you have that conversation. It's time to let go of some secrets. And once again, if you don't feel like you can talk to the people that are around you, it's time to find a therapist that's ready to listen.
Right.
Believe me, your process will turn out to be great, but you have to go through it. That's why they
Right.
say you go through a process. It doesn't mean you jump to the other side of the process. You have to go through the process, go through the hard stuff, go through the difficult times. But as you shed what was you, your freedom will feel so light and amazing.
Right. And as our good friend Den always says, you must trust the process and trust that it's going to work out in your favor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We thank God for you. And, if you need some prayer, I do have Faithful Warrior Ministries. It is our prayer YouTube and Facebook that we have. If you would like for us to pray for you, what you can absolutely do is just go ahead and send us an email to our Faithful Warrior Ministries email. And that email is faithfulwarriorministries@gmail.com. Faithful Warrior Ministries at gmail.com. And what we will be able to do for you is send you a prayer going towards your prayer request. And we can connect in that way. So please, if you do need prayer, if you feel like you need some extra help, some extra direction, because God will show you the best person that you need to tell, or he will show you the therapist that needs to help you with this process, or the friend that will have mercy on you and will have compassion and will talk you through your process. It's time to make those things open and aware so that you can move forward in greatness. Because is it holding you back? Not necessarily. It's just that there are greater things that you can attain by having that level of freedom.
Right.
All right. All right. So we hope the best for you in those things. Um I talk to my husband and my family, my brother, and I have so many, people that care for me, that have shown that they truly care for me. So I pray that you have those same things. If not, I have no problem caring for you. It's all right. All right. What's your stuff, Jonathan?
Yes. My Instagram is Jojo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My YouTube channel is Jojo Speaks. JoJo Speaks is just type that into the search bar and it will pop right on up. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary, with other videos, reviews, and reactions and whatnot sprinkled in here and there as well. So make sure you find me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share with all of your friends. Again, JoJo Speaks on YouTube. Don't meet me there, beat me there. I'm gonna steal that from Mike and say it right.
Yes. Y'all both be messing it up too. But yeah, this is his Instagram. I have it right here, the JoJo Speaks 3020. Go ahead and follow him. You will enjoy that. What else? Me. So I'm very easy to find when it comes to the social medias. I am the light of the Leo on Instagram as well as TikTok. I'm actually thinking about taking some time to do a bunch of TikTok videos just to get myself more and more out there, just create more content. And of course, if you want to follow me on the YouTubes, all you have to do is type in the @ sign, the light of the Leo, and you'll be able to find me just fine there. We do come together on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Go into YouTube and type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show. When you type all of that out, you will see a red mug with the microphone and all that good stuff. And that's a place where we do a whole lot of talking about church things and stuff like that. A lot of the conversations that are not had in the church and about the church are had there on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. So please join us. And we do go live on
Thursdays.
every Thursday. Thank you, Jonathan. 7:30 p.m. Won't you join us? Of course, JoJo Speaks every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. We have it, back to back. First, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, and then right after that, we go to JoJo Speaks for some good commentary. And just a quick reminder: Faithful Warrior Ministries and podcast. We come together every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. We're not really good at waking up in the morning, and that's okay. So we might not be there exactly at 10, but give us a little bit. We're coming. And we've been faithful in being there every single Saturday for over 2 years now, I believe.
Yep.
So won't y'all join us on Facebook? It's Faithful Warrior Ministries. Type in Faithful Warrior Ministries on YouTube. And of course, you can type in the same thing, Faithful Warrior Ministries, on anywhere where you get your podcasts, and you'll be able to find our prayers there as well. So I hope you can enjoy that. But that's pretty much all that we have for today. I just want to remember to thank you for joining us, and I hope that you will continue to let your light shine. Don't let anything, any situation, anything hold you back from letting your light shine out here. The reason why a lot of these people don't even understand you is because your light is shining. Your light shines in a peculiar way. So continue in who you are. Please don't stop pushing forward. We love you. Have a great night.
Bye, y'all.
I'm going to turn it off now.